very first contestant to be talked about in Dave's doghouse, who is going to be put in the doghouse, is someone that we have talked about in our NBA chat for a while. He's been compared to somebody who's an NBA champion, a multiple NBA champion, who's a Finals MVP, who is a perennial defensive player and has been he was his entire career in the NBA. Arguably could have won an MVP in 2009. I'm talking about Dwyane Wade. But the player that's being put in the doghouse is none other than James Harden. James Harden, for some reason, people like to compare him to Dwyane Wade. And I don't understand why. I mean, we've seen him struggle time and time again in the NBA playoffs, where he's had more turnovers than field goals, and he just comes up short every single time. He'll have a game or two where he plays phenomenal, but everything else you see him, he just comes up and just goes missing. This year, although he had if you look at his stats wasn't bad. 19 points per game, 5.5 assists, 5 rebounds during the playoffs. But like I said, turnovers were just not good. And in game 4 versus the Knicks, when they got swept, of course, he had 12 points, but he was 0-6 from 3. And he didn't attempt a shot in the fourth quarter while committing 5 turnovers. This is the guy that we're comparing to Dwyane Wade, who Pat Beverly still believes that is better than Dwyane Wade. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Although the Cleveland Cavaliers reached the conference finals this year, which is pretty good. They haven't really gotten to that point since LeBron James left. So you got Spider and James Harden leading them to the conference finals. Yes, and they went up against the Knicks and got swept. Let alone the head coach said that they were analytically up 2-1, although they got swept. So, I don't know. Maybe they're analytically going to Game 7 right now. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. And, I mean, he doesn't play well when you need him to the most. So, James Harden, he belongs here. Until he changes his playoff success, his playoff failures, until his playoff failures become playoff success, this is where he belongs. I'm sorry. We all know what he can do in the regular season. He is a phenomenal scorer, phenomenal playmaker. We know he can create shots and create ways to get to the free throw line. We know that. We know what regular season James Harden is phenomenal. And you probably can't compare many other players to him. But one thing is he ain't going to play defense. And in the playoffs, he ain't going to come up in the clutch. Plain and simple. And those are 2 things you need in the playoffs, defense and clutch. And he has neither one of those. He's absolutely terrible in both of those stats. So, for those who are new to the show and you've never heard this call before, this is the call that people get when they're being put in the doghouse. So, James Harden, you're in the doghouse. My guy, you're in the doghouse.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.